receives a world title shot. Plus, the 4 King of the Mountain challengers square off. Booker T and Robert Roode against Christian Cage and Rhino.
The knockouts will be an action in a street fight. Plus, Tomko takes on AJ Styles. And it's point-counterpoint, Kurt and Karen Angle.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is your opening contest on TNA Impact. A King of the Mountain preview match scheduled for one fall. Introducing team number 1 first. From Houston, Texas, Booker T.
We open Thursday Night Impact with a special tag match. The 4-man who will face Samoa Joe this Sunday in King of the Mountain square off. Booker T qualified for the TNA World Title match at Slammiversary here on Impact. You saw the interference by Tomko. It not only cost Tomko's former partner AJ Styles a chance for a title shot, but in the process, it enabled Booker to move into the main event this Sunday.
And his tag team partner from Wall Street in Manhattan, New York, Robert Roode.
Booker T's partner tonight, but one of his competitors at Slammiversary, Robert Roode. Boy, did he take advantage of a situation where his opponent, Matt Morgan, completely lost his focus. You saw Morgan deal with the referee. Roode uses the ropes for leverage, and he nails down a spot in King of the Mountain.
And their opponents first from Detroit, Michigan, the War Machine, Rhino.
Yes, this Sunday at King of the Mountain, this is one of the 4 challengers for Samoa Joe. It was recently, here on Thursday Night Impact, when Rhino and the Tennessee Cowboy, James Storm, brawled all over the Impact Zone before the War Machine hit that trademark gore en route to a world title shot at King of the Mountain.
And his tag team partner from Tampa, Florida, by way of Toronto, Ontario, Canada, the instant classic, Christian Cage.
The 4th of Samoa Joe's 4 challengers this Sunday recently battled his former Christian Coalition member and longtime associate Tomko in what was a very competitive qualifying match on Thursday Night Impact.
You talk about back and forth action as Tomko was leading early on, using that strength to his advantage, and then Christian Cage nails a frog splash. Then Tomko powered him down, but it was the unprettier that proved the difference, and Christian Cage advanced to King of the Mountain.
Yes, this Sunday, TNA returns to pay-per-view. It's our debut in Memphis, Tennessee. It's the 6-year anniversary of Total Nonstop Action Wrestling, and it's all headlined by the King of the Mountain. It's a once-a-year occurrence here in TNA, but Don, tonight on Thursday Night Impact, we will have a King of the Mountain preview because we have a King of the Mountain X Division matchup tonight, which will lead us into this Sunday and the Slammiversary TNA World Heavyweight Championship matchup.
I mean, I kind of consider it 2 previews. You get this match right here where 4 of the members besides the champion Samoa Joe will compete in that match. As you see the pin attempt by Christian Cage. But Mike, you mentioned it. The X Division in their own King of the Mountain match tonight, which will of course give that person a chance at a world title shot in a later match, but it will show you exactly how intricate and what the King of the Mountain's all about and what it takes to win that incredible match.
We mentioned this earlier in this tag team matchup. You see the partners here, Booker T and Robert Roode, as opposed to Christian Cage and the War Machine Rhino. Not going to be the case this Sunday in King of the Mountain because it's every man for himself with the TNA World Heavyweight Championship belt currently held by Samoa Joe on the line.
Oh yeah, you got to put your friendships aside in that matchup because you have to have eyes in the back of your head. You might work with somebody for a moment, but it's all about climbing that ladder and hanging that belt. And you can see Booker T, the whole new attitude that Booker T personifies now. Just a little extra something in every blow. And here he is, taking it out on Christian Cage.
Tag is in. Legal man Robert Roode. And while Booker holds the instant classic, Roode drives the boot first into the chest of Christian, and then a big looping overhand right. And then the blatant chokehold right in front of referee Earl Hebner.
Wow, Robert Roode doing anything he can to take the air out of Christian Cage. And think about it, it's a great opportunity. And you look for it just because of the way they are in Robert Roode and Booker T to try to take something out of Christian Cage and Rhino before this Sunday at Slammiversary. Poking the eyes right there, another dirty trick by Robert Roode.
Does it feel to you like the deck is stacked against Samoa Joe this Sunday in King of the Mountain? I mean, think about it. 4 top-notch challengers against the one champion. Let's talk about the history. A champion has never retained his title going into the King of the Mountain match. And then, is it a positive or is it a negative that Kevin Nash has been named as the special guest enforcer for King of the Mountain this Sunday? Is that a plus or a minus for Samoa Joe?
Well, that's a good question. I think that's the one that everybody's asking, but I think it's a plus to have Kevin Nash out there as special enforcer because it's the kind of match where you need somebody to keep an eye on what's going on in that ring. And you mentioned it, Mike. The champions never walked in and left. Hey, nobody can tell you anything about that better than Christian Cage himself. Somebody that ended up losing that match by not actually getting pinned or submitting. But it's something that Christian Cage has thought about. And now he's going to get a chance to win it back in the same manner. Another person that's held the title before is the War Machine Rhino. This is his chance to get that title back. And you know Booker T and Robert Roode want to make their statement here at TNA. Yes, the bullseye is definitely on Samoa Joe.
Robert Roode misses with the Northern Lariat. Christian Cage connects with the inverted DDT. You see the War Machine Rhino extending his hand inside the 6-sided ring, waiting for the tag from his partner Christian. Booker T's legal, and so is the War Machine, and here they go.
Wow, these two gladiators just go right at it, just punching as you see the War Machine Rhino. Somebody that kind of a wild card, I think, in the King of the Mountain match, just because of that strength and because of that gore that can take people out of the matchup. And again, you see the shoulder block taking the air right out of Booker T. Somebody that's going to be looking to regain that championship.
Booker connects with the knee. Rhino puts on the brakes and takes him up and crashes him down. Spinebuster, cover, 2 count only before Roode in to make the save.
Now, Robert Roode just in time, and you see Christian Cage, that just set him off as he goes right after him. And nice shoulder block by Robert Roode, and he's going to try to take Christian Cage out of the ring, but Christian Cage, and here he does, gets those legs through the ropes and uses them and just cracks Robert Roode right in the head, and it goes over the top and lands on top of him.
Slingshot cross body block by the Instant Classic takes Roode out on the floor. Attention turns now to Rhino and Booker T. Series of chops to the chest. Rhino going to shoot him off, but Booker stops and drills him right in the gut with the knee and went for the axe kick.
And here it comes, the gore. He nails Booker T with the gore. This is his chance to finish it. Wait a minute. Here comes Brother Devon of Team 3D, and he goes right after Rhino, and now they're throwing the match out, and there's Brother Ray as well.
Oh, you're right. Both members of Team 3D hit the ring for the assault. First on Rhino, and now on Christian Cage, and this match has been tossed out, a disqualification.
Team 3D always has the back of Booker T, trying to protect him before King of the Mountain, as we've seen how the three of them work together, and their mission just seems like to destroy anybody and everybody in TNA, and you heard Brother Ray tell him, get the tables.
Oh, you heard the orders to Brother Devon. Get the tables, and Devon underneath the ring, and he's going to bring the wood into play right now.
Oh, man, and we saw the beatdown that Christian Cage took along with AJ Styles last week on Impact, and there he is in the ring, and they're going to try to finish him off. He won't even be able to crawl into the King of the Mountain match this Sunday. As you can see, the Team 3D is setting this up, Mike, to continue on that path of destruction that they've been on the last few weeks.
Oh, and here comes AJ Styles. Oh, after the last couple of weeks of AJ taking the beat down from Team 3D, he's here to come to the rescue and make the save, and he's got both Brother Ray and Brother Devon reeling, but then there's that big boot by Brother Ray.
You gotta give this guy credit, though. He's not afraid of anybody as he hits the double clothesline off the ropes. I mean, he just comes right after you. You can't keep him down, and now look at him putting the boots, and that inspires Christian Cage and Rhino as they're just, attacking in their own middle of the ring.
Would you have ever expected AJ Styles to come to the assistance of Christian Cage after their history?
Well, after Christian put his body on the line for him last week, it was AJ's turn.
I'm going to say it. We're not even close to even. Rhino, Christian, we're not even close to. I'm not even going to say it. But I will say this. It wasn't long ago, you and I, we were like family. We were like brothers. So I hope soon that we can just be on the same page. Okay?
Now, as far as Kurt Angle is concerned, maybe you 3-4 idiots can relay this message to him. At Slammiversary, I'm gonna beat the piss out of him. I'm not out to pin Kurt Angle. I'm out to hurt Kurt Angle. And to make sure that happens, I'm gonna take care of his new butt buddy, Tomko. And I'm gonna do it right here tonight in this very ring.
That's exactly right, AJ Styles. You are going to take care of Tomko tonight because I've sat back and I've watched you punks for the past few weeks beat on AJ Styles like a drag queen at a tractor pull, and it's going to come to an end. Because every time you knock this man down, he gets right back up. And it's time for him to do some knocking down. So tonight, AJ, in your match with Tomko, it will be one-on-one. You don't have to worry about getting gang jumped because the special guest enforcer in your match is going to be Kevin Nash.
Oh, that's a great call by Jim Cornette. Plus, it gives Kevin Nash a chance to work things out for this Sunday at King of the Mountain.
AJ versus Tomko tonight versus Kurt Angle this Sunday. Now let's go to JB, who earlier today caught up with the TNA World Champ, Samoa Joe. Got a second, Joe? I know you're training for your match this Sunday at Slammiversary. Not only do you have 4 big opponents to worry about, but Kevin Nash was added last week as a special guest enforcer. My question for you is this. Since the two of you have been friends, seemingly behind the scenes, it seems like you've been a little leery of him. Do you trust him in this role as a guest enforcer this Sunday?
JB, I've been a lot of things. I've been a bastard. I've been a son of a hell, I've even been a mean person. One thing I'm not is stupid. Kevin, you've taught me one thing. One thing! And it's this. You respect who you have to, but you don't trust anybody. Kevin, do I trust you? That's a moot point. I trust myself. I do what I do in that ring, and I do it to the best of my ability. And whether you're there or not, no matter what your intentions are, I will prevail. In fact, I'll tell you what, JB, tonight, when I see Kevin, I'll ask him face to face, man to man, what his intentions are. And based on your answers, Kev, we'll see where we stand.
Still to come, the phenomenal AJ Styles faces his former tag team partner Tomko in a grudge match. Also, for the first time ever, it's the King of the Mountain match on Impact.